The Dadu River runs through the eastern part of the Hengduan Mountains. The section of the valley that starts from Ximian County in Sichuan province goes from south to north. Hot, dry wind goes up the river and reaches the plateau in northern Sichuan, 600 kilometers away. This is a passage for human migration. Multiple ethnic groups have created flourishing cultures on the river's banks. This passage breaks the natural latitudinal boundary for species growth, providing a broader space for living things. Every year in March, black-necked cranes begin their annual migration. They set out from the warm Yunnan-Guizhou Plateau and fly north with the monsoon along the Dadu River Valley and across mountains. Their destination is the Ruoergai Wetland at 3,500 meters above sea level. It is a journey of over 700 kilometers. Flying this distance non-stop takes up vast amounts of energy. They will lose half of their body weight on this voyage. In spring, they will build nests and reproduce in the Ruoergai Wetland, ushering in a new cycle of seasons. They finally arrive at their destination. Now they must find food to replenish their energy. Black-necked cranes are omnivores. They eat plant roots, tubers, leaves, as well as insects, fish, and frogs. The abundance of food in the Ruoergai Wetland makes it a popular destination for many birds. Black-necked cranes can grow to as tall as 1.2 meters and are the only cranes that live and breed on the plateau. They like waterfronts, where horses frequently go, as it's easier to find food there. The local herdsmen consider black-necked cranes to be the herdsmen of the legendary King Gasar. The cranes are graceful creatures, striking beautiful dance postures as part of their courtship ritual. Black-necked cranes don't have much time to waste and are straightforward when it comes to expressing their love. They must find a partner and breed as quickly as possible. They will have to raise their chicks in just 4 months if they are to fly back to the wintering ground 700 kilometers away together. It's April in Ruoergai. Himalayan marmots are waking up from their hibernation to warm spring sunshine. Himalayan marmots live in groups and are expert burrowers. They are an important species for the ecology of the alpine grasslands. For many predators, they are the most important source of protein. This Tibetan fox family, prowling around the marmot's burrows, have some unfriendly intentions. But it's the marmot that attacks first. The two are about the same size. In fact, the marmot has a slight weight advantage. But the Tibetan foxes don't want to hunt the marmots. They want to drive them away and take over their burrows. This bout ends in a tie. The black-necked crane has found a partner. They will build a nest together and lay eggs in the depth of the wetland away from predators. Adult black-necked cranes are large and have almost no natural enemies, but caution is still needed to protect their offspring. As the temperature rises, the vegetation becomes lusher. This is the best season for herbivores. It's also the best time to hunt for the plateau's top predators. This is a female wolf. She's young and strong. Wolves are the kings of Ruoergai. They can prey on animals several times their size. Tactics are crucial when hunting in a pack. Led by the alpha wolf, the pack uses advanced hunting tactics, including outflanking, trapping the enemy, and intercepting. This season, the wolves are molting. They shed their long hair and replace it with a summer coat. On a slope not far away, a wolf nanny is nursing the cubs born this year. The 4 cubs are strong and lively and seem well fed. Wolves are an important link in the ecosystem. An increase in wolf numbers shows that an area's ecological environment is improving. Wolves will target the calves of a herd of yaks. But when the adult yaks are by their side, wolves will not dare to attack them. In summer, wolves migrate to low-altitude areas where there is more prey. The Ruoergai Wetland is one of the world's largest alpine solid reservoirs, with a total storage of nearly 10 billion cubic meters. The rainwater and snow meltwater absorbed by the Ruoergai wetland converges, meanders northward, and eventually flows into the Yellow River. 30% of the water in the Yellow River comes from the Ruoergai wetland. This piece of flat wetland at the eastern edge of the Qinghai Tibet Plateau is known as the Water Tower of China. This southeast monsoon brings vapor to this plateau, replenishing the Ruoergai wetland with water. The abundant vegetation gives the wetland a complete ecosystem. It's one of the key biodiversity areas in China, as well as one of the most biodiverse alpine zones in the world. This meadow, filled with colorful flowers, is the most stunning part of the Ruoergai wetland. On the plateau, most flowers bloom from June to August. The flowers have a special way of surviving in the alpine environment. The gentian can be seen everywhere in the meadow and has found an intelligent way to thrive. When the temperature rises, its flowers will open, ready to be pollinated by insects. When it's cold or rains, the flowers will close temporarily and wait for the right moment to open again. It's July in Chajianliangzi, which is 4,345 meters above sea level. The herdsmen are taking the yaks to the summer pasture. This is a herd of more than 500 yaks, belonging to 5 families. As the seasons change, yaks move to pastures at different altitudes. This is something that has taken place since ancient times. It helps the yaks better adapt to the forbidding environment and also protects the plants here. This ridge they are crossing is the watershed between the Yellow River and the Yangtze River. Some streams flow northward and merge into the Amochu and Baihe rivers on the upper reaches of the Yellow River. Others flow south and merge into the Dadu and Minjiang rivers, eventually joining the Yangtze River system. In just one day, the herdsmen and their yaks have moved from the Yellow River Basin to the Yangtze River Basin. Plateau pikas are a species unique to the Qinghai Tibet Plateau and are very common on the Ruoergai grassland. Weighing about 150 grams, they feed on grass and are an important link in the plateau wetlands ecosystem. Plateau pikas are at the bottom of the food chain and are a source of food for all predators. Birds of prey are their natural enemies. Plateau pikas have to be on the alert against threats from the sky at all times. But there are always some who aren't vigilant enough and eventually become food for black kites. For the chicks, the shredded meat of the Plateau pica is the best meal. On the higher slopes around the Ruoergai wetland lives a kind of rare plant, known for its stunning flowers. The Himalayan poppy is an attractive flowering plant that usually grows on alpine flowstone slopes over 3,000 meters above sea level. It mostly blooms only once in its lifetime, using up all the energy the plant has stored. The blooming flowers stand tall in the wilderness, whether it's in heavy wind, scorching sunshine, storm, or hail. The Himalayan poppy is a smart plant that has evolved into various colors in order to avoid competition between the same species. It also results in pollination by different insects. If pollination succeeds, its petals will droop to protect the stamens and pistils. They and other alpine plants create stunning scenery that can only be truly appreciated by going there. The rainwater and meltwater from the snow-covered mountains converge in the lowest areas of the plateau. In summer, they nourish the lush vegetation of the Ruoergai wetland. Plateau picas share their burrows with their friend, the white-rumped snowfinch. White-rumped snowfinches build their nests in plateau picas' burrows, which serve as a perfect shelter for them. They can also find insects in the soil the picas turn over. Of course, the snowfinches must pay their generous landlords. Predators can appear at any time. Plateau picas are short and have poor eyesight. A short-legged Tibetan fox quietly approaches. It appears clumsy and foolish, but is actually an efficient predator. The white-rumped snowfinch sounds the alarm for the plateau picas. But one pica wasn't paying attention. One is not enough for the Tibetan fox. She buries the prey in a hole and starts to hunt again. She won't stop until she's caught enough to feed the cubs waiting for her at home. In summer, herdsmen in Ruoergai get together and bring their Hequ horses with them. Hequ horses are a famous breed in China. They are tall, strong, and can adapt to the cold and changeable alpine climate. The Ruoergai grassland is the best place to breed Hequ horses. Herdsmen come here from all corners for horse racing. It gives them a chance to show off their riding skills and their gallant horses, and also to get together with friends. According to local legend, King Gesar rode a Hequ horse to fight his enemies. Hequ horses love running and have outstanding stamina, making them the best choice for medium and long-distance travel. Riding a horse across the grassland is the best way to get to know Ruoergai. Ramji and her husband Hequ have been living by Ruoergai Flower Lake for 15 years. A red fox often comes to visit them. It's not native to the place. No one knows where it's from. Hequ often feeds the red fox. He asks it not to disturb the black-necked cranes that are hatching in Flower Lake. Based on the time it took in previous years, Hequ believes the black-necked crane couple have now finished hatching. Black-necked cranes often build shabby nests in the depth of the swamp. This is not a good habit, as it can affect their hatching success rate. Hequ is a guardian of black-necked cranes. He patrols Flower Lake every day to stop hunting and fishing in the nature reserve. He also has the job of observing the crane's living status. It's the breeding season in the Ruoergai wetland. This gray-lag goose couple already have a young family. A female black-necked crane usually lays 2 eggs at a time, but sometimes only one of them survives. Black-necked crane chicks are precocious creatures. They can go out looking for food with their parents not long after hatching. If all goes well, the black-necked cranes will take their chicks and fly south to spend the winter there. The following spring, they will return to the Ruoergai wetland, the natural reservoir of the Yellow River.